Hi, Spout Loreans. Abdul here with a quick pre-show announcement. If you haven't heard, this coming Monday, August 26th, is the day that we will be launching the first season of our bonus show, Mallbrats, on a brand new public feed with newly scored and remastered episodes. Launch week is going to be pretty huge, with a brand new episode dropping every day. And we're also doing a collab with our friend, the incredibly talented artist, Casey Golden, where she'll be drawing the Cool Treat Kids in her own amazing style. Launch weeks are hugely important for new shows, so we're asking all our listeners to please go and subscribe to the new feed, which is live right now. And when that first episode drops, listen, rate, review, all that good stuff. We genuinely love this show so much, and we think you'll love it too. We're also going to be doing a bunch of launch week giveaways for listeners of the new show, where we'll be giving away custom Spout Lore merch packages from our friends at Fantasy by Numbers, with amazing pins and ornaments and coasters, all with custom Spout Lore art on them. And also, one lucky listener will win the one-of-a-kind Cool Treat Kids character art that Casey is creating. If you'd like to enter to win Casey's gorgeous artwork or any of the amazing merch packages that we're giving away, all you have to do is click the link in the show notes and head over to the new feed and subscribe. Then, when the first episode drops on Monday, rate and review 5 stars or more, and make sure you sign the review with your Discord or social handle so we can find you to give you your amazing Spout Lore memorabilia. From everyone here at Spout Lore, thank you so much. We hope you like the new show.
Hey everybody, your Game Master Shawn O'Hara here. Little pre-show announcement. It's the holiday season, and we've got a bunch of Spout Lore Christmas stuff available on our store. We've got wooden laser cut, beautifully made Christmas ornaments, and the 2023 Spout Lore Advent Dice Calendar with dice for every day of the holiday season. And if you want to see what else we have available, check us out at spoutlore.com/merch.
Gather round, friends, let me tell you a tale of 3 heroes, noble and bold. A brute, a druid, and a thief who is but 9 years old. You know them by name, you know them by deed. Their quests are famously daring. So here I sit, singing to you an adventure that is worth sharing.
Tuck is the brute who knows not his home. He loves to sing and fight. Thing is half elf, he shifts his shape and wields a spear with great might.
Billy's a thief, his tiny size does mask the largest heart. Best and brightest they may not be, but their friendship outweighs their smarts. So gather round, friends, and listen close, for the tale's about to start.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Spout Lore. I'm your Game Master, Shawn O'Hara. Joining me, as always, playing Tacoma Dome the Barbarian, Abdul Aziz.
Hello, everybody.
Playing Ving, the Half-Elf Druid, Paul Oppers.
Hello, everybody.
And playing Fat Billy, the Halfling Thief, Jessica Ty.
Hello.
When last we left our heroes, they had descended beneath the earth, falling into a yawning chasm beneath the Heart Tree. Once in the cloying darkness of the deep, deep soil, Tuck was overcome with a dark energy. As the coins in his chest began to react negatively, tunnels stretching before them, the party continued towards what they believed to be sort of the root ball of the Heart Tree. Billy, sensing with his extreme danger sense, crawling hungry things in the soil. They were attacked by creepy crawlies the size of small horses and the size of large bugs.
Small horses? How
really
little are these horses that you're talking about?
They were, remember, I described these things as being really big.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
big bugs.
Yeah.
I
Hundreds
actually
of
just didn't know that they were as big, like that they were that big.
Oh, they're pretty big.
Okay.
They're pretty big.
I didn't know that horses could be that small.
So small.
The party dispatched a couple of the creatures before the remaining retreated into the earth, and they emerged in a chamber full of arcing, twisting roots and horrible soil.
Ew, gross soil.
Evil soil.
Ew.
Ving attempted to communicate with whatever the presence in the tree was and was offered whatever he wanted. Ving said that all he wanted was to be free, and the tree offered that to him. Billy also attempted to communicate, saying that all he wanted was to sleep and the tree offered it to him. And Tuck was unable to communicate with it at all, but said that he wanted chicken.
Chicken.
So nobody realized anything weird was going on.
Except for Ving. Ving does that.
Yeah. So the big takeaway from that being that Tuck was unaffected by the presence in the tree personally. The coins reacting negatively is still like physically upsetting, but seems to be not spiritually upsetting as it is to the other two. Ascending the roots in the heart of the tree, they found at its crest, beneath the heart tree itself, lashed to the roots, Deathaniel Vang Zumba.
Pretty huge.
Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy.
An arrow in his chest that they immediately surmised to be tipped with obsidian.
Mhm.
They briefly contemplated what to do next before being accosted by Wendaliari of the Ranger Corps.
Yeah.
A fight broke out. Billy cut her neck immediately, and she took off into the shadows, while Tuck was surprised by the sinister-looking Elf Hiddleston, representative of the Sun Peaks, supposedly. Ving, creating a spear of metal, took off into the darkness, taking a shot at Wendy on the move, knowing, as the spear connected, that he had struck a fatal blow. Finding Wendy on the end of his spear, breathing her last, she choked out, "Your mother is," before dying. And that is where we find our heroes now. Tuck, you are grappling with this sinister elf, slamming him repeatedly against the roots of the tree. He's got a knife in your back.
God, I gotta do something cool at this point. I failed so much over the last little bit.
So many fails.
It's hard because he's wily compared to Tuck. He's much shorter because Tuck is massive and he's much smaller. So you're just having trouble like getting a grip on him.
Yeah.
Let's cut over to Billy.
So I'm still with Bing, right?
Yes. You began to approach Wendy and Ving told you to stop. And you see him standing next to Wendy, who looks strange, like her body is not moving in the ways you expect.
I've seen that before.
Yeah. And then you start hearing sounds of Tuck fighting. What do you do?
I run back to the Tuck.
And you hear the like boom, boom of Tuck like slamming.
Oh, it sounds like
into
he's
the
got
roots.
it though.
Yeah. I think what he's going to do is because he can't, like, he tried a couple of times to like slam the guy backwards and the guy keeps like stopping me.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try and do a front flip and land on him.
Oh, yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Okay, here we go. Is this just a hack and slash?
I feel like it starts with a defy danger of some kind.
Fuck me.
Come on.
Dexterity, probably?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, that makes
Or
sense.
strength?
Okay, 7.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So a 7 to 9 on a defy danger dexterity. I'll figure out what that means.
Okay,
So
now hack
roll
and
your hack and
slash.
slash plus strength.
11.
Yes.
Okay, so you get to deal your full damage. Well, not your full. You get to roll your damage and then roll an additional d6 if you choose to take damage.
Yes.
So yeah, go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay, here we go. D10?
D10 and a d6.
That's a 3. Fuck me. And a 1. Fucking
Oh,
great.
come on.
So 4.
Then you roll a d10 twice because you chose to take damage and you choose the highest.
Right. This guy deals so much damage.
What is he fighting with? Oh
Just a dagger.
my gosh.
So 3.
Okay.
And I have 3 armor.
Okay, great. So
Oh, God.
But yeah, describe this. What does this look like?
So Tuck is like, he's trying to like flip backwards to smash the guy underneath him. But the guy's like, he's got a really low center of gravity. And he's too strong. And Tuck keeps going like, dude, stop it. I'm trying to do a thing.
Like you're playing Mortal Kombat
Yeah.
and you're like, let me figure it out. Don't hit me.
Stop it. So then, yeah, Tuck just gets frustrated and does like a straight front flip, but like the kind of front flip that like he's just flat on his back, like goes forward and then tries to land as flat as possible.
And the camera like follows Tuck's alignment as he does the flip.
Sick.
So it does like a spin in the air.
So cool.
And then you land just wham.
Yeah.
And you hear the guy like a bunch of air is driven out of his lungs as you land on top of him. But you feel the knife dig deeper into your back. And a cold warmth begins to like spread through your body. And you're like, oh no, he fucking poisoned me.
No. Oh my god.
Oh, God.
Tuck is like, either he just pissed all over my back or I'm being poisoned right
Tell
now.
me you pissed, bro. Tell me you pissed.
Bro, tell me right now that you pissed. Ving and Billy. Oh, wait, Billy, you arrived to Like you turn the corner of this like chunk of root as Tuck lands and like a bunch of dirt like in a shock
comes
wave
down
around
from
him.
the
Yeah,
ceiling?
It comes down from the ceiling. A shock wave of earth shoots up around as fucking 700 pounds or whatever hits the ground.
Like the whole tree up in the garden, like the tree shakes a little bit.
Leaves fall from the tree.
One leaf, yeah.
And the gardeners go fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Because they're like, this isn't supposed to happen.
Yeah.
This is great actually for Billy because it all the dirt falls from the ceiling and walls and loosens up some of these like viney, like more pliable roots. So he uses it as like a little lasso.
Oh, interesting.
Knots a little lasso. He's like, I'm gonna get that little like weird elf guy.
Yeah.
He's aiming for like the neck so that he gets like more control of the guy.
Oh.
Yeah.
He is basically like temporarily stuck under Tuck. Like you can see his head and like an arm.
Yeah, I'll go for like the head, I guess.
Yeah, great. Defy danger dexterity.
Sick.
8.
8. Okay. You grab a root and like turn it into a little
Yeah.
lash, like to kind of stick him in place, or not stick him in place, but trap him a little bit. Yeah.
You could even just make a whip.
Oh,
like Indiana Jones him around the neck.
Wrap it around the neck. Yeah,
Oh,
totally.
If I got a 10, I would have done that.
Yeah, for sure.
Billy had to take a second and do bunny ears to knot it. He's like, okay, here we go.
Over the bush, around the tree.
Around the tree.
Over the bush. Wait.
Wait, no, it's around the
Fuck,
tree.
I gotta start again.
Through the bush. Wait.
While Tuck's like being poisoned.
Yeah, so
like,
and Billy's just like reciting
Just
like
Tuck's
okay.
like over the bush, not through the bush,
Just like elbowing this guy.
but hitting the ground around him.
Yeah.
Billy, you're doing great. I really need you to hurry it up though.
Bunny ears, bunny ears, bunny ears.
It's a great time to practice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I do that. Do I get him around the neck?
Oh yeah, you get him around the neck for sure.
Sweet.
And you tighten it and he's like,
I'm trying to pull him.
yeah. And as you're pulling, you hear a growl behind you.
Whoa, who's there?
Creeping out from under like a group of roots nearby is Wendy's beaver cat,
Oh.
Shadowpaw. We'll take this opportunity to cut back over to Ving. Wendy, you've closed her eyes. She's
Mhm.
breathed her last.
I could still hear the fight happening, right?
Oh, absolutely. The thing with Tuck is if Tuck is fighting, you can always hear it.
I want to lay her down softly on the ground
Mhm.
and bolt back to the fight.
Yeah. You leave Wendy's body there under the tree.
Yeah.
You come around the corner to Billy like backing away from a beaver cat that's emerging from under the roots. Tuck is struggling with this elf who's now got like a root around his neck and is trying to undo it while also fighting Tuck.
And Tuck's not doing much that's effective. He's farted into him a couple of times.
And take this.
And there in the center of this melee, your father hanging by his wrists.
Wow, this is a real scene.
Yeah.
What do I have? This is interesting. Superior technique. Grab an item within your reach. Now it's yours. Can I take her beaver cat as my own?
Oh.
Whoa.
I guess it depends on if we consider living things items.
Ooh.
Everybody make a statement right now.
Oh.
Well, I guess like how far away from conception is it? For the beaver cat.
Quite far from conception.
Yeah, pretty far.
God.
So, no, you could not. You could not.
Yeah, I think Ving just runs in and was like, you will, like, just screams at the beaver cat in beaver cat.
Uh-huh.
You know, basically freeze.
Yeah, totally.
This ends now.
Defy danger or charisma.
Okay.
Whoa.
I got
2
12.
6s.
Oh.
12.
Holy shit, dude.
So the tone of his voice is
Yeah.
like, you are not moving.
And Shadowpaw stops and crouches low, a meter away from Billy, like slavering jaws.
And Billy's going like like he's like I don't know how to talk to cats.
And there's the like slap, like as Shadowpaw is like slapping the ground with his beaver tail, but is just like back off.
Okay, so Billy's like, okay, don't turn your back on a bear or whatever it is. Well, look it in the eyes.
Tuck, you feel as you're like trying to elbow this guy, your movements and your will are starting to lag a little bit.
Oh shit.
You
the
are like,
poison?
yeah, you're like, move my arm. And then your arm is like, okay.
Oh no.
You're like, wait a sec. What do you do?
Okay, so Tuck is starting to realize that he's passing out and the guy poisoned him. I guess he knows that Billy's got the guy by the neck. He knows that Ving just came in. Can you tell me what the orientation is? Like Tuck versus this guy? Like, is his head behind my head or where?
Yeah, I think his head's probably like, if not right over your shoulder, like coming out next to your shoulder.
Oh, cool.
He's got an arm that is not conveniently placed to get this root off of his neck. So like his left arm is sticking out like above your left shoulder.
Okay, cool. I'm going to take TLC and try and slice his arm off.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how are you trying to overcome the rapidly numbing effect of this poison? Are you trying to muscle through?
No, I just take it. I use Unbound, Unbent, Unbroken.
Oh, I would just say it's probably like a Defy Danger Constitution.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Yeah. Like Tuck's not trying to fight it. He knows like, okay, I've been poisoned and like it's in me and Ving and Billy are here. So I'm just going to do whatever I can to
Yeah.
give them the best possible chance
Totally.
of killing this guy.
Okay. 2d6 plus con.
It's 10.
Wow.
7 plus. Okay.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
10. Yeah. You muscle through.
I do a thing where I take TLC and I like throw them in the air.
Oh.
Like straight up ahead of
I like
me.
that.
And I'm like immediately
Come
above
on,
me.
come on.
And I'm like, come on, little guys. You try and aim. I'm bad at aim.
Terry, take the wheel.
All right. So hack and slash now.
Yes.
Yeah. 2d6 plus strength.
That is a 12.
That's a 12.
Oh my gosh.
So you can just deal your damage.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I will take more damage
Oh,
so I can
man.
deal even
So
more.
it's half in your
Okay.
shoulder, half in his head and his arm.
Yes.
You're going to stab yourself.
So 7 damage.
7 damage.
And then should I do his damage?
Yeah. So 2d6 plus 10, take the highest.
9.
Oh boy. There it is.
But I only take 6 damage because I have 3 armor.
Okay. Then I think it is exactly that. It sounds like you lop this dude's arm off, but also the blade hacks into your own shoulder.
Yeah, and then Tuck goes, "You coming deep, Terry?"
Yeah, we see the axe gets thrown in the air, and anyone capable of perceiving the fairy sees Terry with like pilot's goggles and a little helmet on, like
A white scarf.
Yeah, like steering the axe into this guy.
But Chad's playing video games, so then it lands half in his shoulder. Chad!
Guys, we gotta pay attention.
But yeah, the elf underneath you really grits his teeth, but you hear the most pained expulsion of air that you've heard thus far.
I want to jump up and land on the lash that's around his neck and yank him out from under Tuck.
Yeah, totally. That was enough damage that he is out of commission. So considering you guys always have the choice whether or not you want to kill people, this guy's not dead, I'm assuming.
My intention was to incapacitate him so you guys can interrogate him while I die of this poison.
Whoa, okay now.
Get a lot of good juicy deeds.
And as Tuck is like so fucked up, he's like, "Someone set the tree on fire. Someone set the tree on fire is a prophecy. I have to die under a burning tree. Prophecy. Burn that tree."
He's trying to like spin some sticks, rubbing sticks together.
Crawling towards a root, making a fire bow, like, come on.
Just trying to kill himself.
Billy's run over to Tuck because he's like, "Oh my god, you look so great and pallid," and then he starts trying to do CPR on him.
Okay, describe this.
Can I?
Yeah.
What are you attempting to achieve with the CPR? He's not dead, so
I don't know. I mean, Billy's like, the tree could burn down any second. He's like, Tuck's rubbing sticks together.
What do you mean the tree could
Billy's seen a lot in the last 30 minutes.
That's true. This has been a big day for Billy.
Yeah, I don't know. What does CPR look like? I guess.
He takes the guy's hand and slaps the Tuck in the face.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, there's a disembodied arm.
Yeah. So he's got the arm. Billy's blowing in Tuck's mouth, going, not even like mouth to mouth, just like.
Just like my lolling open mouth.
He's like, "Stay alive, Tuck." And then he's using the arm to like hit against his chest.
So gross.
This is so disgusting.
As Tuck is like moving and doing stuff, Billy's like running around him. I'm trying to do CPR. You got to stop.
Hold still, hold still.
And for Tuck is becoming more and more delirious, and he's like, "Why does it smell like yogurt? Does fire smell like yogurt?"
As Ving hauls the guy out from underneath.
Yeah.
And he's bleeding pretty aggressively.
I bandage up as I stop the wound. With a poultice.
I think something to consider is you're going to have to force this guy to stay alive.
Okay, I take the thing that's around his neck, take it off, and I bind up his arm to stop the bleeding.
Totally.
I go over to Tuck and give him a poultice.
Yeah. Okay, great.
Pull the blade out. Taste what poison it is.
Poison for sure.
Damn it.
And you hear Tuck go, "Dibs on the knife."
Okay, that's yours. You've earned this one. So what's the poultice cure? 7 damage or something?
You heal them 7 damage.
Yeah, 7.
And expend a use.
And that's great because I was at 11 HP.
No, that's not very much.
I'm back up to 18, so I'm good.
Okay, that's good. And this elf is lolling against a root. His arm is gone. His blood feeds the soil underneath this tree. What do?
I send Beavercat back to its master with the ranger's command.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
You hear Shadowpaw. It's like, you killed my master.
He was New Jersey accent.
You killed my master. I thought he had a cooler voice.
What's cooler than this?
That was a choice that you 100% made on your own.
I did this myself. Allow me to rob this moment of all narrative weight. You killed my master.
And for that I apologize. It is the ranger way to die in combat.
I should kill you.
You can try.
This blood debt will be paid. And then he starts to like recede into the darkness.
Yeah.
Cool.
Our time will come. But not now.
He's still whispering from the
From the shadow, and you can hear him as he's walking away. I will come for you, druid. You will know the claws of Shadowpaw.
We can hear it echoing further and further away.
My jaws will close around your throat. And the last thing I taste will be your death.
And then you hear him go even further away. Oh fuck, there's like a dead bug down here or something. Shit.
And then he's quiet for a while. And then you hear, how the fuck do I get out of here?
There's so from a completely other direction. He went around.
God damn, where's the exit?
And his voice gets louder. He's like, I think I went this way.
You hear, shh, hey, walk in here.
all of the lines from Midnight Cowboy.
Yeah.
And you are left alone with this sinister Tom Hiddleston elf and also Deathaniel. What do you do?
So I'd like to use lightning in a bottle on Tom Hiddleston.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. So what are you trying to do?
Like, get the info of like, well, who is this dude and why are they following us? What's going on in general with this whole scheme?
Yeah, totally.
9.
Aid.
How?
Lightning in a bottle. Oh, I was wondering, this is a weird thing because Shawn said that he is feeding this tree with the blood from his body, and I would use my spirit tongue to talk to the tree.
And because it's a tree of knowledge.
It's a tree of knowledge, so
it's
he is
drinking.
He has fed the tree his knowledge from his blood.
Okay, 2d6
It's
plus
gonna be
bond.
powerful.
9.
Yeah,
Yes!
that'll do it. Makes it a 10.
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
All right.
So how does this knowledge manifest?
I think in his blood, like in the pools of blood around him.
Yeah.
Like the blood wells up
Uh-huh.
from the soil underneath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Tuck bled a lot too, so there's like a shitload of blood.
There's a lot of blood.
Whoa,
Yeah.
Billy steps back like,
Yeah.
kind of freaky.
So then is it like reflections in the blood or is it
Like
like
a pensieve of blood.
Pensive
Yeah.
of blood.
Sinks his face into this
Yeah,
puddle of
basically, like,
blood.
all right.
Okay. So you're not getting like full 3D movie basically, but you're getting like flashes from his perspective.
Mhm.
And the main thing that you get Ving, you recognize this right away as you're all watching over Billy's shoulder.
Tuck is lying on he's very poisoned.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
You see this elf in a very fine chamber that you would assume to be in a palace of some sort. You see through the window flashes of the peaks of great trees, sunlight.
The sun peaks.
Yes, the sun peaks.
Cranes.
Oh yeah, cranes, like beautiful cranes, golden feathered cranes, like fly past the window.
Oh yeah, floating like blimp-like gardens that we talked about.
Oh right, yeah,
yeah.
like a floating
Whoa.
greenhouse, like
Yeah.
crystalline greenhouse, kind of bobs in the distance. And he is being handed a blade and a coin,
Oh,
obsidian black, with an eye carved in it. And he's being handed it by a woman that Ving, you immediately recognize as Solara Van Kuren,
whoa.
de facto queen of the Great Forest and ruler of the Sun Peaks.
Wow.
What else? What else? I got fucking 10 here.
Yeah,
you
Billy
did
got a 10.
I got the power of the knowledge tree.
Okay, so you see him meeting with Wendy in the dark of the wood, alone, conspiring. You see him watching from a distance, following quietly as Wendy and her Talon travel through the wood with someone that appears to be Deathaniel, Vang Zumba, the Ranger King. That distanced perspective continues as he watches surreptitiously as Wendy and Nesh. I think it's all of them. I think Taurus is here, Lysander, Nesh, the whole party. And Deathaniel is standing much where he is now, beneath the heart of the wood, the true like center of the forest. And he like places a hand on the trunk as it like descends down where you see. And he seems like grimly determined from where this elf is watching. And as he turns to address his Talon, Wendy lets loose an arrow, striking him in the chest. He approaches as Deathaniel like stumbles with this arrow, begins to struggle. And as he does prepare to fight his Talon, this elf like reaches out and grasps a nearby root, and branches lash down around Deathaniel's wrists, holding him in place. And that's where the vision ends.
Holy shit.
Billy pulls his face out of the blood.
Full blood face.
Yeah.
And Tuck is coming to and he sees Billy like this and he's like, no, Billy. And Tuck like scoops him up in his hands and he's like, Billy, no, you were the best of us. I will avenge you. Avenge you.
He's fine. He's fine. Look,
He's
and
like,
Ving just like he's got schmutz on him. He starts
Yeah.
spitting on a rag and wiping his face off.
I'm right here. Look.
And then the gardeners in the garden above, who have just become slightly calmer, hear, avenge you.
In the tree.
As Tuck's like lips start to go numb,
Yeah.
his tongue is starting to swell in his mouth.
Billy's clapping on Tuck's cheeks like, whoa.
Right.
Slapping on his cheeks.
Clapping on his cheeks with his hands. I give up. Stay with us, Tuck. Do not walk gently into that dark night.
And then Tuck is saying the same thing back.
Yeah.
Stay with us, Billy. His tongue is swelling up.
Do not go gentle into that dark night.
The Ving's just like, they're both fine. And he takes his dad down. They're fine.
So yeah, your dad is lashed to this tree. Like the roots are around his wrists and forearms, and some you see go up his bicep and like dig into his shoulders.
Whoa. Are they like in his mouth?
Yeah, let's go full like Matrix. Like he's got
I mean,
roots
why
in his
not?
mouth.
And they're traveling down the shaft of the spear into his chest as well.
Yeah, he's
Whoa.
like encased in roots.
Fucked. And they're like, as the roots kind of like get closer to him, they become more and more thorny, like brambly.
Mhm.
Like, so the ones that are inside of him are for sure like
Digging
spiked.
into his body.
Good Lord.
Whoa.
All right. So what do you do?
I would like to commune with the tree and see if I can convince it to let him go.
Okay.
Another thing we have not done at all is tried to talk to Deathaniel.
Yep,
That's true.
that is true.
I was thinking of maybe before talking to the tree, I'll check in with his state.
Yeah, he is not well.
Yeah, is he alive?
He is alive. He is drawing rattling breaths.
Mm.
It seems like he's been down here for a while. It's hard to say exactly how long, but he, you remember your father being a hale and hearty man, tall, muscular. Looks like he's lost a lot of weight.
Like, is it so much weight that the man we saw, like, there's no way they could be the same people?
That's a very good question.
Do I have to roll for it?
Yeah, we could. This seems like a discern realities.
7.
Okay, so one question.
Yeah, who's really in control here?
You think, Billy, looking at this man, and then thinking about the man that you had met at the very threshold of Adonak Allwater's tower, you were unsettled by.
Mm-hmm.
He's an intimidating figure. And something that you realize is that he never came inside the tower. He never crossed the threshold.
Mm.
Was that because he didn't want to?
Mm.
Oh.
Or because he couldn't?
Whoa.
Ooh.
The feeling that you felt in the forest, you attributed to being in a dangerous place,
Mm-hmm.
but maybe it was him.
Oh.
And based on the timeline, and you've only been in the forest for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
There's no way.
There's no way.
Yeah.
Oh,
This is Deathaniel. So who was that? And the answer is there's only one possible solution.
A shiver goes up Billy.
Colonel Dan. Master of disguise.
It's like he remembers the gold tooth or something.
Yeah, totally.
We look up and there's a gold tooth in the gut.
And a hand reaches up and pulls the rubber mask off
my
Deathaniel's
God.
face.
We all, and then unison go, Colonel Dan Durglaw.
What a wicked way to ruin our show. That would be
Just throw the last few episodes into the can.
Yeah, exactly.
the last 10 seasons.
Yeah, basically. We go back to Mudlark.
The last 200 years.
Yeah.
You were fucking my mom the whole time.
Yeah, Shawn just being like, and Ving, it's so clear to you. Those conversations that you had with Dan all those years ago, him being like, oh, you're an elf. Why would he know that if he wasn't your dad?
He's always trying to get me to play catch with him.
If it turns out that I've just been an idiot this whole time. The only way he could know you were an elf if he was your daddy.
Why would he try to get you to eat that gross herb stuff if he didn't know that you were half elf and that you could survive it?
This is our series long big reveal.
He was just trying to take care of me this whole time, but doing a bad job because he's just a shitty dad.
AKA just a dad.
Just a dad.
Oh my God, I forgive you, shitty dad.
And as you forgive your shitty dad, the roots recede and he stands tall and new and says, thank you, son.
Yeah.
Let's go fishing.
We go fishing. And the series ends with us fishing.
Roll credits.
And in the distance, you see Tuck dying under a burning tree. And Billy turning into a tree.
Billy tried to build a campfire and boil water.
Yeah. Making soup out of his dead daddy.
All of the climaxes that we've been driving towards all this time happen in the background
On
of Ving
Patreon,
fishing.
just
That is
no money.
slightly on brand.
I
Yeah.
get 500 emails at the exact same time.
What is wrong with you?
Oh yeah, Billy, you're the one that comes to this conclusion.
Okay, that's actually Deathaniel. The man up there, guys, he was the gibbous man. Tuck, can you hear me?
I love you too, Farah.
Ving, did you hear me?
I heard you. So I can try and talk to him. I also have the small metal dwarf. I could send him in.
Oh right.
Oh,
I haven't used him.
That is a very interesting idea.
To try and get him to
Whoa.
cut him down?
Or like when you say send him in, do you mean like to Deathaniel?
Yeah.
Like being like, fucking cut him loose,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
he crawls inside
Whoa.
Deathaniel.
I want to like send him in like nanobots, sort of.
Yeah.
That's a really smart idea.
My command. So I pull out my flat piece of metal,
yeah.
set it down in my hand, and summon the dwarf.
So this is a small little few inches long iron rod that you guys found in the Fanny Palace that has the Macallan word help engraved on the side. And when you say help and ask it for a command, it turns into a tiny little metal dwarf that completes that command.
Right.
Yeah, you say help in Macallan, and he pops up and goes, "Hup," and like salutes.
And I say, release my father.
And he hops down off your hand and
Wow.
starts like, like goes and starts like hacking through roots that are holding him.
So maybe while it does this, Ving and I can talk through stuff and try to help Tuck.
Yeah. What do we think's happening with Elf Hiddleston here?
Oh, shit.
right.
Right. Yeah.
He's basically unconscious right now. You could just leave him for a while.
So he's not like a present threat.
No.
Okay.
He had his arm hacked off.
Can I try to just push through the poisoning so I am like more conscious?
Absolutely.
Okay. Can I do that with Unbound, Unbent, Unbroken?
Could you read it out for me one more time?
When you prepare yourself to endure some hardship without fighting back, roll plus con. On a hit, you can either take half damage or you can completely ignore one other ill effect. So I want to be able to ignore the effect of the poisoning.
Yeah, I think that works.
Like, I think because Tuck understands that, like, this is really important, and
Mhm.
Abdul understands that he wants to keep talking. I don't want to be passed
Okay.
out for this
Yeah.
whole scene.
Yeah.
I think that the result of this would mean that you are not cured of the poison, but you're able to ignore it enough to
Move around.
continue doing your thing.
Yeah.
But it might come back
Yes.
if you succeed.
Like, I'm super fucked up.
Oh, yeah.
Hmm.
So 2d6 plus con.
10.
Okay.
Wow.
So you just haul yourself back up.
Yeah, Tuck's in the Pizza Palace, and he had to eat enough of the Pizza Hut buffet
Right.
to
Oh my
gain
gosh.
enough fortitude.
I was imagining that like the mental hallucination of him overcoming this was Tuck trying to force his way into the Pizza Palace while another Tuck's like, no, we're closed. You can't come in. Like, no!
Yeah, and I push past it, and I'm like, Pizza Hut's always open. And I fling the doors open.
And your eyes pop open.
What a fucking stupid show we've created.
But you are at least temporarily able to ignore the effects of this poison. As you force yourself to your feet, you see Elf Hiddleston's eyes like flutter open, and he sees you getting up, and you see in his face, no. And then he passes back out.
Before he passes out, I wave at him with his own arm.
Aw. Okay, so you are awake, and the helper is working away.
All right, guys. This guy's Deathaniel. The guy we've been talking to is the Gibbous man for sure.
Yeah, seems like it.
Yeah, and I think Ving's aunt has something to do with all this.
It sounds like your aunt
Yeah.
tasked one-armed guy over there
And the rest of them.
and the rest, right, Deathaniel's whole talent to betray him and plant him here in the middle of the forest to corrupt the forest.
So what we know is that Wendy's family were just regular, like lower class
Restaurateurs.
elves, basically, and through noble corruption, lost their holdings, basically.
Like their livelihood.
Yeah,
Mhm.
which basically radicalized her against the nobility. Then we know that this guy, Elf Hiddleston, was tasked by Solara Van Kuren to help the Talon betray Deathaniel.
I feel like he would have been the long-term, what do you call it?
Plant.
Plant.
Oh, yeah. Like he joined.
Sleeper cell.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
that
a-
makes
he's
sense.
he was like a secret wood wielder.
Right.
Yes, yeah,
Weaver.
totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or he might have been a gardener that was like recruited by Solara as a key part of this betrayal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like whatever he is,
Yeah.
he is an agent of the enemy at
Yeah.
this point. Yeah.
And also like elves, their timeline is so much longer than everyone else's. So it makes sense if this has been happening for like a really long time.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
totally. Like they've been planning this for a
Mhm.
while.
Mm-hmm.
And this that they're planning is putting a corruption at the middle of the tree.
for ? That is the thing that we don't
To
know.
infect the forest for their gain, or to do the bidding for the gibbous man.
Yep, those are both fair conclusions to come to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
It seems rooted in the thing that we had talked about before, where it's like the vox populi and the vox silvae, like the voice of the forest versus the voice of the people.
Mhm.
And like the elven court wanted more control.
Mhm.
So they wanted to suppress the will of the forest.
So they would succumb to the will of the gibbous man by the promise of more power, basically. It would be like a...
Essentially, yeah.
I mean, they would be easily tempted by more power and then be manipulated through that.
He would
Yeah.
be like, yeah, I can help you like get your way against the forest and its will,
Mm-hmm.
but we have to put our will inside of it. And the mechanism for that could be this. Like,
That would make sense too. I mean, like the gardeners, when they die, they plant their bodies beneath the tree so that it
Yeah.
can absorb what they know. So it would make sense to put, like someone with the obsidian in there so that it would infect the tree.
yeah. If we think about it, like they want to modify the tree, and elven bodies already have the ability to interface with a tree after death. And then the obsidian is hacking, like,
Yeah, it's a virus.
yeah, it's a
that.
virus hacking Deathaniel's body, allowing them to insert whatever they want into the tree.
And it would make sense if they didn't want Deathaniel to die because they need him alive to keep feeding the tree.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Very matrixy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Totally.
totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
So all we have to do is kill Deathaniel.
Yeah.
But that is a solution.
That is
That
a
is a
solution,
solution.
and it solves Gesh
Yeah. Well, no, the Gesh was
because it's the man who is.
is
Known
known as the
as-
Ranger King,
Yeah.
and that's the fucking gibbous man.
Well, he's impersonating the man
But
known
he-
as the Ranger King.
Exactly.
So wait, if we take Deathaniel out of here and we show him to everyone, and we're like, "This is Deathaniel,"
And then we pull his head off, thus removing the Gesh.
I don't
feel
think
like-
you know what the word Gesh means.
But I feel like how it's worded is so important. The man known as the Ranger King and who's been walking around for whoever knows how long as the Ranger King. Like the gibbous
It's the gibbous man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Somebody roll a something. Because I want to weigh in, but I can't just weigh in.
What would be the best thing to roll for when we're like using the info we've already kind of gleaned?
It is discern realities, but somebody roll it.
I got a 7.
So you get one question off the list.
Specifically regarding the Gesh, what is useful or valuable to me?
So obviously you can't really know anything without speaking to like the Oval Council.
Yeah.
When the Gesh was sworn, it seems like there was an imposter pretending to be the Ranger King.
Mm-hmm.
So does it apply that is the person that the Gesh was sworn against?
Well,
Or
this
is
is
it
what-
the title of the Ranger King?
Jessica was arguing because right now the imposter is the one who is known as the Ranger King.
Yes.
And he's been the one, like, if Deathaniel's been down here a long time,
Yeah.
I don't know how long, then the gibbous man's been up there.
Mm-hmm.
So when we
Quite some
swore the
time.
Gesh, it's
Yes.
for sure that
It
it
was
was
for
the
sure.
gibbous man.
Yeah.
Because it's less than 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. The one thing that Billy realizes, in this like bouncing stuff off with Ving, the two of you come to the conclusion that the initial plan of change the runes to
Mhm.
try and dissolve the court, you think about that idea now that you're here in this place and you know what you know about the court and the elves, and you think about the cutting with the runes nature's law unchanging.
Oh.
You don't think that the changing of the runes was what corrupted like the elven court or whatever?
Mhm.
It had to have been this demonic influence.
That makes so much sense. So that means Deathaniel has been down there for like years.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So,
So the big takeaway from that, at least, is that the law of the forest is immutable.
uh-huh.
It was the demonic influence that corrupted the hearts of the nobles,
Oh,
and also regular old ambition and greed.
okay.
But like, you think now at this point that would be impossible. Changing the law of the wood in a way that would affect the court enough that the court would dissolve automatically
Uh-huh.
would not be possible.
But if we remove this source, then that will have like a trickle down effect for the people.
Yeah. The one thing you do think, especially seeing like Solara handing out the coins and whatnot, and what you know about demonic influence, the corruption of the wood very likely put dozens, hundreds, maybe thousands of elves in a position where they would be easier to be possessed.
Oh.
So it's hard to say how many demons currently live in the wood.
Is Solara a demon
I
then?
think she might be under the influence of one.
No way to know.
Okay. What if, okay, Tuck, here I just had a brainwave.
Okay.
Or as I like to call it, a brainwave.
Okay.
Nod sagely.
Uh-huh.
I couldn't think of a pun.
I thought you were going to say something like pizza related because
I was trying to get there.
Yeah.
Jessica has your arms crossed, offering up better puns. This is such a good vibe.
fuck. It's deluxe supreme.
Brainwave, aka stuffed crust.
Stuffed crust.
Yeah. The thing that Tuck thought, though, was what if we just smashed that piece of obsidian that's in his chest?
Mm-hmm.
Because there is a demon in there. And then what if we try and trap it in one of the coins that I have? And then maybe that would suck all of the demonic influence out of the woods. So the woods at least get better faster.
It's an interesting idea, trying to exorcise the tree, basically.
Yes.
So it's drank so much of Deathaniel's corrupted blood. Would we have to feed it something to purify it? Or does it just need time?
Oh, yeah. Should we spout lore to see if we can think of a way to do it?
Yeah, sure.
Good, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
2d6 plus intelligence.
Okay, someone else should do it, not me.
You have -2 intelligence?
I have -1.
So do I.
You have -1 intelligence.
Duh.
I have 0. So
Okay.
Oh my God.
I got a 7.
Oh, perfect. Interesting, but not useful. And this is like how to try and draw this influence out of the tree.
And what
Yeah.
if
Out of the
you make it
tree?
kind of useful?
Because it would be out of Deathaniel.
That's an interesting proposition there.
This time, try to make it useful.
just like kind of useful.
You
So
can make it useful in an interesting way.
you have a deep personal experience with nature
Oh
and
yeah,
being a
Billy
tree.
goes back into his soup palace
Oh.
about his tree memories, and he's like, "Man, I sure slurped up a lot of stuff back in the day."
So Billy's floating around in a bowl of Italian wedding soup with all the meatballs. And a meatball floats by that has like a tree made out of noodles. And you're like, I know that tree. I remember this tree. And it is a memory that Billy has from his tree days. A part of the forest became sick through like polluted groundwater. The only thing that healed the forest at that time was when a lightning strike on a warm summer came down and burnt the forest to the ground. And the trees that regrew were better for it.
Oh,
There is another way, potentially
Oh.
another route you could go.
what's that?
So burning down the tree, huge swing, huge. Would work for sure. You would absolutely eliminate the source of this corruption in a meaningful way. The alternative is remove the poisoned source of the corruption, which is Deathaniel's body, and then move against the force that it has created. So you could be like, okay, either we burn this tree down, and then everybody that's working against it is fucked because their thing is gone.
Yeah.
Or you start the process of the tree healing and you go hunt down Solara Vankir.
And allow the tree to heal itself.
Exactly.
I have another idea
Oh yeah.
that we can add to this. I
Okay.
like that idea. But here's another idea.
Okay.
Because I just had what I like to call a brainwave.
Also known as
a pizzone. Okay, so we don't burn the tree down because that's destructive and dangerous, and there are some other reasons why.
Billy crosses his arms. He's like, "Yeah, totally."
Yeah, we all
Totally.
are thinking individually of this. There's some other reasons why people might not want to be within the proximity of like a burning tree.
I mean, air pollution's for one.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
like-
so much. And just so many offsets.
Yeah.
Carcinogens.
Think about our footprint.
It's bad for your lungs. Not good. It's not
Yeah.
good. So we're not going to do that. So we take Deathaniel out of the tree. We take the obsidian out of the tree. And then what if we take Elman's cutting and plant it in the tree so that the cutting starts growing on its own, like a pure source on its own?
And
And
I
then-
have sunstone,
Oh, so you can feed it sunlight.
so we can feed it sunlight down
And-
here even.
Billy, remember when you made the knowledge tree grow really fast
Yes.
in Hibernia? What if we made it
Like, I just really made it big.
you made it like so big inside of the shitty tree? What if you made
So
a
it, like,
good
shoots
tree?
out?
So it shoots like up and like spurts huge out of the tree.
Oh, Billy, he knows if he agrees to this, it's a very important job, a really big boy job to do this.
Uh-huh.
I will give up my life for this. Yes.
Wait, what?
Sorry, what? No, that's not what I'm asking.
Oh, okay. No, you're right. Right.
No,
I
no.
didn't die last time. It's fine. No, I could do it.
I will sacrifice my life for this mission.
Billy doesn't really understand.
How he did
He
that?
sees all the blood in the earth and he's like, I know what I must do.
I will do this for my family.
Is it safe? Can you do it safely?
I can do it safe if I have a nap.
Cool. Yeah, we could do that.
Oh, I can do it.
This is a great plan. You guys
Yeah.
have come up with a really solid plan.
Yeah.
Can you reiterate the plan to us? And maybe say it to us as if we were fucking.
Try not to put it in our own
Yeah.
words so that we can understand it.
So the plan is to use Elman's cutting
Uh-huh.
of the heart tree and Billy's ability to draw time into a physical material
Sick.
and Ving's sunstone and a variety of other materials to grow a new knowledge tree here, attempting to fix the heart tree.
Okay.
So that's what I mean. The main thing for this plan to consider is that you need the cutting if you want to do this. You don't have it with you. You don't know where Elman is. You hope that he's safe,
Oh shit.
but he signaled you when
When we fell in the
he
garden.
fell in the hole.
I would like to talk to the tree, use Thing Talker, and try to locate Elmond. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
We can find him really fast.
Yes.
Because this
Ooh.
tree is the size of a city.
You also have that like Eye of the Tiger on
What's her
Malga.
face?
Malgath, yeah.
Great. I'm going to check in with the Eye of Tiger first and see where she's at.
Yeah, she is probably in the garden, like speaking to guards and other gardeners. Like you see that the garden is not full, but bustling. Like
Mhm.
there are people like searching the grounds.
I bet they're also like some are like meditating or something like that.
Totally, yeah. There are gardeners that are sitting on the ground trying to commune with the tree in some way.
Okay. So I'd like to try and use World Talker and talk to the tree.
So, like, you reach out to the tree. Do you wish to take my deal? To be free forever?
You know what I want. In this moment, I want to know what you want.
You feel like a thrill.
Oh.
Cool.
Yeah. Run through the tree.
Ugh.
I want everything. And you feel that like reverberate through the roots and through this cavern.
Whoa. Is it the demon of want?
You're not far.
Consumption?
Not far.
Hunger?
Not far.
Greed?
Somebody's going to have to roll something.
I'm gonna roll discern realities. I'm gonna roll spell lore.
Yeah,
on this.
discern realities, yeah.
Discern realities.
2d6 plus wisdom. Ooh,
Oh.
that's no good.
Oh Lord.
Great. I got 6.
Oh, I help. I help.
Billy, get over here and touch this tree with me.
And touch so many trees. 9.
Thank
9
you.
makes it a 7. Perfect.
Tech is also touching the trees like I'm helping too.
Not doing anything at all. Yeah.
Oh no, I want chicken again.
Oh, I'm so hungry for chicken. Give me away.
But I have to help you guys so much.
All right. So, what question do you want off Discern Realities?
Yeah, who's really in control here in terms of the demon?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yes.
Great question. It's interesting because it felt strange walking through the wood and seeing it sick in such a way because that's not how demonic influence to work. Demons and icons typically reflect human thought constructs rather than natural desire. So you're like, why is this tree so hungry? Like everything's hungry. Why is this such a big deal? How is hunger a demon? But the hunger over everything, the hunger at the cost of all, confirms to you that this must be the demon of greed. You would assume that this has been like Abdul said earlier, like a way to hack the tree, basically. For some reason, the gibbous man wanted to corrupt the entire forest, but couldn't do it in his usual way. So he used the elven connection to the wood, you assume, and for some reason, an arrow instead of a coin to sort of leech that influence into the tree.
I feel like the knowledge trees, because they are like spiritually imbued, like they're part fairy almost, like they're harder for like the gibbous man to gain purchase over.
Yeah.
That's true. They are kind of like we were saying, like how druids kind of overlap.
Yeah.
So I think of like the knowledge trees doing the same thing, where it's like the really old knowledge.
Yeah.
Also, like in just the narrative of the moon doesn't feed the trees live without the moon. You know what I mean? Like, they need the sun, so they are an energy that is somewhat
they don't give a fuck about the night sky.
No.
Yeah. So it makes a lot of sense that it was like the gibbous man needed the elven people as this like mediating interface.
Mm-hmm.
Can we get clear answers from the tree if I just take the arrow out of Deathaniel?
That's a great question. It would definitely lose its connection to that demon, you think?
I mean, I've been wanting to pull this arrow out for a while.
Oh,
Do you want to do it then?
I was thinking that, does it make sense?
yes.
The helper like emerges from Deathaniel's mouth.
Ha!
Work done.
God, I forgot you were in there.
But he's still like, hung by his wrists, by his arms and shoulders. But the internal work, he like nods, gives a thumbs up, and starts to move towards the branches. So this is that internally he is at least stabilized.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So he's really just mostly held up by his arms at this point.
Yeah, they're like dug into his arms, but it's not as bad as like a bunch of thorns in his gut.
Ugh.
And I imagine he came out and he was wearing like a little like doctor's outfit.
Yeah.
And he looked like that Patrick Dempsey character
From Grey's Anatomy.
Grey's Anatomy.
With that ring that's so silver
Yeah,
circle
the like
around his head.
reflective thing they
Yeah.
wear on their foreheads. Yeah.
And he's just like, oh God.
Which is definitely what you want to do after surgery.
So much blood.
Wipes blood all
Wipe
over
it.
his like little metal face.
Yeah.
This house is clear.
But yeah, the work has taken time, but it is complete.
Mm.
I'm going to use discern realities to see if I can extract this arrow safely.
Yeah, totally.
5 plus wisdom?
Yeah.
7.
Okay.
Nice.
One question.
What here is valuable, useful to me?
Yeah. So looking at the way this arrow is like embedded, and you're kind of like, touching around the wound, like trying to feel, because elven physiology is, however slightly, a little bit different than human. Like their organs aren't necessarily in the exact same spot.
Not the exact same size.
Yeah, exactly. Wink.
No wonder they're so stable on snow.
Yeah. Such a low center of gravity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I meant
Way
3
down.
skis.
That's like a tripod.
So cool. So
Like a
cold.
skidoo.
You can't do it too long or it gets too small though.
Yeah.
It's so cold.
Hot cocoa?
You looking at this wound and the arrow and feeling around. At this point, like his clothes are like hanging off of him. He was wearing his ranger gear when he came down here, but he is like so lean now. You are devastated to learn that this arrow most certainly struck him in the heart.
No.
He is alive, and you assume that your father's sheer force of will necessitated violence. He has been kept alive either by himself or through this demonic influence, but
Or by the tree, being
Or by
so
the tree.
connected to the tree.
exactly, the beating heart of the wood itself may have kept him alive. You do not think all is lost. You think there is something that you could devise as a way to save him, or someone else might be able to figure out a way, because he is alive right now.
I mean, there's plenty of elves up there who, like, this is Deathaniel. They would help him.
Yeah. There is also a fanny pack around your waist containing 2 of the greatest minds of the magical age.
Oh, we just
Right. But then we'd have to talk to them.
We'd have to interrupt them.
Does all
That
of
makes a
this
lot
make
of
sense?
sense.
That makes
Yeah.
a lot of
The
sense.
way that I saw this, Deathaniel is a very mentally powerful person.
Mm-hmm.
The reason that there's an arrow is because he never would have willingly accepted demonic possession
Mm-hmm.
in a
Mhm.
million
They
years.
forced it on him
They forced it on him.
into his heart.
Deathaniel's mind is essentially like the spiritual, iconic, and cognitive equivalent of a diamond. Like, it was like,
Yeah.
you're not getting anything in there unless you like
Yeah.
shatter it.
The only
essentially.
person that could destroy Deathaniel's mind is Deathaniel, and he absolutely was attempting to do that himself over time. And you believe that with a comment like Perel is a transmuter. He's proficient in the transmutation of flesh specifically.
Mhm.
He might be able to help, or at least tell you if it's possible to save him.
Him and Morris also like built the hyperbaric chamber that Aquaria's in.
That's true.
That is also very true.
She was fatally wounded, and they built that thing to keep her alive.
Very, very true.
So we shouldn't take the arrow out here. We should take him into the fanny pack.
Mhm.
The other thing that we should consider is you have thus far not taken out the fanny pack because you are worried about exposing it.
There's a risk, but
Yeah.
I think that we need to take this risk to try and save your dad.
Okay, that makes sense.
All right.
Can Billy build a fairy circle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
That would be sick.
Okay, let's talk about this because this is a move we've spoken about the changeling potentially having. So this is the first time that Billy's going to attempt to create a circle himself.
Okay. Do I have to use something? Maybe I have to use like, I feel like I should use something.
I mean, definitely a fairy child hold.
Yeah, I'll use a fairy child hold. So I'm at 0 for the rest of the day.
Probably 2d6 plus charisma.
This is sick.
This is fucking cool.
Oh, with charisma?
Yeah.
Sweet. I got 13.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Wow. All AIDS.
Let's get it to 20, you guys. We're gonna fucking do
Let's
it.
get it to 20.
And I'll aid his aid.
Okay. Please describe for me how Billy goes about this process, knowing that he needs to create like a protective place for his friends.
Okay, so there are dances that druids would do to call on different spirits and fairies, like depending on their need. And sort of like how he knitted the Widdershins, he has to knit the fairy circle, basically. He has to weave the circle and the walls to
Ooh.
protect us in.
Mhm.
Whoa.
Yeah, so-
Cool. I love that.
Yeah, so that's what
Yeah.
he does. Like almost like pulling vines from the fairy world. Like you can't see them, but he can see them.
Yeah.
He'll have to like dance in like the pattern of that weave.
So he's dancing around in this circle,
Uh-huh.
like joyously weaving pieces of the fairy
Yeah.
into the material plane.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah, because the mushroom rings kind of do that on their own with their like mycelium networks underneath.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Cool.
So then when Billy makes a ring, like what is the physical ring that can be seen in the material when he does this?
I guess you do see like fungus roots like coming up from the ground.
Mm.
Like these little white threads start weaving.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there's no actual wall being built you can see,
Mhm.
but like
Yeah.
Mhm.
energetically there is a wall. And yeah, like where Billy steps and weaves, like more white threads like weave together to create the circle.
Cool.
Yeah.
So
And are there
So
like
cool.
little mushrooms or is it just like an almost
It's just
imperceptible circle?
The mushrooms, no, there's no mushroom.
I like that
Yeah.
in Billy's in the
In my
fairy
mind.
realm. There's all those little glowing mushrooms
Yeah.
popping up, but
Yeah.
we can't see them.
Yeah.
The fruiting.
And you can feel in the air, like when you close the window on a stormy night,
Yeah.
it goes like,
hmm
and then there's just stillness around you.
like there's a new quality to the silence.
yeah.
And then Billy, yeah, he's like, okay, I'm done.
And we like, yeah.
Whoa, don't clap.
What?
Insulting.
What? Your
No,
your dance. I
No.
loved your dance.
we don't think about the dance.
We don't
We
think
don't think about the dance.
It's kind of embarrassing, really. It's not something you should see.
Wow.
Well, thank you for building the fairy ring, Billy.
You're welcome.
Did you build it around Deathaniel or just like in the chamber?
Good question. Yeah. I guess like are Deathaniel and Hiddleston included in this? Or are you like dragging them into the ring afterwards?
We're dragging Deathaniel and I'm not dragging the Hiddleston.
Okay, that's
smart.
Yeah.
I think we're just going to call him Hiddleston.
Yeah.
It's easier at this point. The helper completes the work of removing the remaining roots from Deathaniel, allowing him to be slumped into your arms if you so choose.
Yep.
And you don't realize until you pass into the fairy ring just the weight of this place that's been weighing on you. Like you feel a weight has lifted off your shoulders as you enter this safe place. And you think you're good to open up the fanny pack if you so choose.
Let's take him inside.
Yeah. Tuck starts building the tent.
Yeah.
I feel like Billy needs to stay outside for this though.
To like keep
to
it.
maintain it. He has to like speak to the wall to let Deathaniel in.
Okay.
Billy, are you coming in?
I don't know if I can. Like the roots are sort of like showing up around Billy's feet. I'm worried about if he'll collapse if I'm gone.
Do you want me to stay with you? It's pretty scary out here.
I think we're okay. I built this pretty well, but I do want to stay out here and just make sure like nothing opens up. And I think Ving needs you more right now.
Okay, Billy. If you need me, you call me, okay?
I will. I'll
Okay.
do the cough fart like we practiced.
And then Tuck shakes his head and is just like, just scream if something bad happens.
I'm going to cough fart.
I'm gonna cough fart.
And after Tuck says that, he goes and he like ruffles through Elf Hiddleston's shit and he like pulls the obsidian coin that he had out.
Oh.
Yeah.
And he puts it in his bag of coins.
Okay. You finish building the tent. You open up the flap. Tuck, you duck inside. Ving, you carry your shockingly frail father
Oh.
So light.
through the doorway. Yes, like you remember this towering man, and now he's skin and bones. And Billy, you sit in this chamber alone, looking up at like the tattered threads of the vines that held Deathaniel Vang Zumba here for God knows how long. And you hear a cough.
Huh.
And Hiddleston's eyes flutter open. And they swim in his perception until they lock on you.
Whoa.
And he says, he knows you're here. And that's where we're going to end it for this week.
Whoa.
I'm your game master, Shawn O'Hara. Joining me as always, playing Tacoma Dome the Barbarian, Abdul Aziz.
So long.
Playing Ving the Half-Elf Druid, Paul Oppers.
Take care.
And playing Fat Billy the Halfling Thief, Jessica Ty.
Bye.
Thank you to Aaron Reed from Vancouver's Sunday Service for our intro and outro music. If you want to hear all of Aaron's original music, you can find that at aaronreed.bandcamp.com and all the music produced for the show at soundcloud.com. If you want to support the show, you can support us at patreon.com/spoutlore or spoutlore.com/moneyplease. And most of all, thank you to all of you for listening. We'll see you next time.
And so ends the tale of adventures three who tried the best they can. Though dumb and scared and lost they be, for times abreast in revelry. And though our journey may be like a conclusion, we will not leave you without a resolution. Return next week to hear some more whilst you commute or do your chores. And for you, I'd gladly spout more.
The Fable and Folly Network, where fiction producers flourish.
Are you emotionally exhausted? Do you have strong feelings about authoritarian power structures? Have you ever stared up at the night sky and felt tiny and alone? If so, ask your doctor about Wolf 359, the award-winning sci-fi audio fiction podcast by Kinda Evil Genius Productions. Side effects may include strange genetic experiments, unreliable AI systems, the potential discovery of alien life, and toothpaste. Find Wolf 359 wherever you listen to podcasts and visit wolf359.fm to learn more.
Spout Lore is proudly a Spout Lore Studios production.
A podcast for best friends by best friends.